Social anxiety is a poison that usually starts at the beginning of adolescence. For me, it began by the age of 12. It wasn't about people not liking me, it was realizing how different I really was. At first, I thought I was a boy who liked boys. During my middle school years, then puberty set in. I realized it was something more. I realized that I was female. And it took a toll on me because I grew up in, you know, a Christian community, whatever, where people are always spewing Bible verses on TV and telling you that you're going to hell if you're a man who wears dresses or a man who dresses as a woman, or, man shall not lie with man, blah, 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 blah. It put me in a situation where everywhere I would go and I had to be in social situations, I would already have it in my head that people will hate me if they don't already. The more something is thrown at you, the more you're going to begin to believe it. I hate to say it, but that's just human nature. Think of it like this: when you see something in the media, they'll repeat the same thing over and over and over until it creates some sort of fear in your mind because you hear it so much that you begin to believe the hype. And that's what's cause for social anxiety for people who are different and people who aren't afraid to be different. The thing is, I was afraid to be different, but I never wanted to fit in. I never wanted to blend in with the crowd. I never wanted to do what people were doing. I never wanted to be part of that carbon copy lifestyle, that carbon copy thing that people do and still do. And, you go on Instagram and you see everybody doing the same shit. The thing is, I wanted to be me. But me being me and you being you, believing whatever you want to call it, it's going to cause you to suffer. And that social anxiety that creeps up on you, it stays with you. And I know that the biggest challenge with it is learning how to rewire your mind. And indeed, your mind totally fucks with you. I've watched so many YouTube stories listening to kids and adults who don't even leave the house because they're so scared, and it breaks my heart because I know what it feels like, and nobody should have to live within the prison and then having the prison being inside themselves. This is why I encourage people to come together and listen and be understanding and not judgmental and ask questions and provoke thought instead of making stupid fucking ignorant judgments. I love people who dare to be different, think outside of the box, follow their own path, and they don't give a shit about what anybody has to say, even if it means taking punches, ridicule, and public humiliation. I strive to be that way. I wish everyone could be that way. I think the world would be so much better. Thank you for listening.
Once you realize, or if you realize that, hey, there's nothing worse than not being who I am, I'd rather people make fun of me for who I am than like hiding and trying to conform and be like them when they don't even know what they are and they're just conforming to be like the next person. Um, it just it's up to that person where it's like, yo, you have to be ready to make that choice because once you make that choice, you'll never be able to step back like into the place where you feel protected and where nobody can like say mean things to you. Once you make that choice, you're gonna really step out and like be like, whoa, this person is different, like for life. And it just depends, like if that's your path and if that's your choice to walk down that path. Because I feel like, for me, even I meet people almost every day where they're like, man, you have no idea the impact that you had on my life because I didn't tell anybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because by telling them how much you impacted my life would then be like letting them know some like that I'm like super weird and different. You know what I mean? Which they didn't know, so I can't even tell anyone. So like you're the only person that I've told